countless of hours in the gym, a lot of like obstacle, like what coach said. But I think it made us stronger until to this moment, and it made us more united and ready to face the challenge ahead of us.
This time I'd like to open up the press room for questions.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Aaron Bayato from Artito Sports. Question first to Japet. Congratulations for being named the team captain, team keeper. How important and vital will be your leadership to your teammates and hopefully leading the team to victory against Carl Anthony Towns and Dominican Republic tomorrow? Thank you.
Just based on my experience to my previous captain ball, Captain Jimmy Alapag and Gabe Norwood, they really set the bar high. Yung nakita ko sa kanila is how they take pride in their craft. Like every day in practice, their routines, di nagbabago. Their professionalism, Jimmy, talagang highs and lows, talagang hindi nagbabago. So, yun lang yung gusto kong i-emulate sa kanya, and at the same time, sana makita ng younger guys. Because for me, I'm really not vocal and eloquent like them guys, but for me, yun lang, day in day out, yun lang, try to strive for excellence in the court. So hopefully yun yung maipasa ko sa mga younger guys. So.
Hi, Coach. Good morning.
Morning.
Coach, na-mention mo nga kanina, it's been 9 years no, since you were coaching dito sa World Cup. No? And during that time, it was a guard-oriented team yung hinahandle mo, and you made a good run. And this time around, you are coaching possibly the tallest ever team na maglalaro para sa Philippine squad. Do you like your chances better?
I've learned in those 9 years, especially in this kind of competition, not to think about and not to worry about chances, because it doesn't matter who you're playing, your chances are going to be very difficult. The competition is so tough that if you spend time thinking about your chances, it's really it's really not very useful. So we'd rather focus on other things, other more productive things. So I don't know how to answer that question, Ray, because for us, as Japet will tell you, we're just focusing on the things in front of us. We're focusing on the things that we can control. And I think if we do that, it improves our chances. But what our chances are, if you're asking me for a percentage or any kind of metric for that, it's hard to say, because just by the very nature of the competition being the World Cup, we already know how difficult it is. But yes, we like our chances because we're here. Di ba? Ganun lang naman yun eh. In life, 50% is showing up, right? So we're all here. We're putting ourselves in a 50% position to succeed.
Yeah, totally different team, like what you said. But I see a lot of versatility in this team. And yeah, si Coach na yung bahala. Totally different team, totally different, game plan, tactics. So, Coach na bahala.
Yeah, hi, Coach. So you said it's been an interesting, lineup, but you did announce your final 12 yesterday, pull off an upset against a team like Dominican Republic that's been really strong coming into this World Cup?
Again, it's very hard to answer those questions, right? Because if I tell you, yes, we like it, then people might say we're too overconfident. But if we say, nah, Dominican Republic is so too tough, people might think we're already giving up even before the fight, right? So, like I said, we have a completely different approach. So I beg your forgiveness to all your answers, to all your questions, because this team, we have you can ask Japet, we have a completely different approach. And we're just focusing on the things that are within our control, and we're focusing on preparing, scouting Dominican as much as we can. Of the players, their team tendencies as well, and then we're putting in a lot of effort in playing in perfecting our offense as well. So those are the two things. So do we have the goods? Do we have the team? Hard to say. Hard to say. We, yeah, of course, I'm happy with what I have. It's really hard to say, do we have the goods, do we have the team that can compete against these guys until we see the actual game, right? One thing is for sure, we will need the support and the prayers of the crowd. I think that's very, very important. We have to be able to punch above our weight. So in other words, and I think the crowd will be a big determining factor to be able to help us. And I think the most important thing is for us to come in with a very calm, focused, intentional, yet aggressive mindset coming into the ball game. I think that's really the best we can do. Right?
Coach, good morning. Coach, can we get on the record who was sino yung final cut ng team was? And the reports are Chris Newsome kasi. And could you discuss how was the decision like during the final 12?
Very, very difficult. I like to call it the deepest cut. Meron bang pelikula ba yan? Ano bang may play ba yan or whatever? So, really difficult. Some guys, we had to cut, were there from day one. They asked us, and that's, and I told the team the same thing 3 days ago. Was that? I was very subdued after practice because I told them the coaching staff is about to make a very tough decision. But it falls on me to deliver the news. And the way I like to do it is I call the players themselves. That's my commitment to the players. They're not gonna find out about it on social media or from any other person, but from me personally. So I talked to 30 personally. I made the call myself to Ray, Parks, to Calvin, and to Chris. So I called them all at the same time. So there was really no final cut. But the reason why Chris is with us is because 30 and Ray have to report back already to Japan, to their teams, right? And Calvin had to go back to Dumaguete to be with his family, with his baby. So they would have been here with us if not. That's how difficult it was. But it was, and like I told them, it's not because of anything they did wrong or any lack or deficiency on their part. It's just that we had to make a choice. In the end, we had 16 guys, and we can only choose 12. So, and then for me, that is really a coach's most difficult job. Sana kung, you know, if they were doing something bad or wrong, or they were just really, you know, bad for the team, but not. They were all doing everything that we asked, but we just had to make a decision.
Coach, good afternoon. Coach, talk about the game within the game. You're plotting against Angola, Dominican Republic, and then Italy, but then you're also monitoring the Asian teams for that Paris berth. Can you talk about yung kumbaga parang doubly harder way of plotting of things? Thank you.
Yeah, it's something that we are. It's part of our planning process, of our preparation, and I know we're putting all our efforts into this game against the Dominican Republic, the first two games specifically, and Angola. But we have to remember that whatever happens in the if things do not go as planned, if the things don't go our way in the first round, there is still another round of games for us to play, and therein might lie the qualifiers. So that's just to give you an idea of how immense the thinking that's going on behind what we're doing here. So while we're thinking of the teams that we're playing, the team that we're playing tomorrow and the next couple of days, we're also thinking about, okay, scenario. So we have 6, 7, 8 scenarios planned already, because we have to still be playing just in case it comes to that. And we all know who is the Asian team that is that might be there in case we have to play them in the second round. So we might need to beat somebody in the second round to get to the Olympics. So yes, we are thinking about that as well. I don't know if you guys have considered that, but we have certainly considered that in the coaching staff.
Coach, good afternoon. Coach, just like to ask lang about the front line that this team has. You know, I don't know if this is probably the tallest front line you've ever coached, and it's also a unique combination of two veterans in Japet and Junmar, and two youngsters in Kai and AJ. So just talk about that dynamic, and how this front line compares to other front lines that you've coached before.
Pretty ironic that when we have the size, the game has gone the opposite way. During the times when it was all about size, we were the first team in the world to play small ball. We were playing small ball in 2013, 2014, even before, we were playing 3-point guards in the world. Remember when we played, and everyone was bashing us for playing Jimmy, Jason, and Paul Lee together, or LA, and now everyone's doing that, right? So I find that really ironic. Now that we have the size, the game has gone the opposite way. But sure, size was important for having Japet, Junmar, Kai, and AJ, but skill as well, and the other aspects of the game, versatility, like Japet said, and even if the game has gone the opposite way, I think having an inside presence is still very, very important, because every team we will face is going to have a strong, tough inside guy. So that's how important, and nobody tougher than the first game, the big guy that we're playing in the first game, and that's going to be the role at the value of our front line. I don't think it's physically possible for any single person on our team, or perhaps even in the entire World Cup, to stop Karl Anthony Towns one-on-one, right? So it's going to take a village to beat them, to stop him, and Dominican, because That's not a one-man team that we're playing tomorrow. So, but the initial job is going to fall on the front line. So, uh, that's how important they're going to be.
Hi, Coach Chot. Just to follow up on Japet earlier, saying that this team is quite different and has a lot of versatility. Talk about how different this team is for you compared to the 2014 one, which we know was all about Puso. And what do you like most about your team now?
I think I think Puso is still very much present. It's still the anchor of everything we're doing. We always say we fight till we cannot fight anymore for our country with all our hearts. That is what Laban Pilipinas Puso is all about. So that is still what this team is anchored on. The values remain the same. The tactics might differ. So that's where the difference is, because obviously different players, different techniques, different strategies, different skill sets. So that's the big difference. Like Japet said before, just in the case of our naturalized player, before we had the 7-footer in Andre Blatch, and now it's not the same. So that's the big difference already. And I think the previous game, I think the previous team was has the benefit of playing, has the benefit of the 2013 experience behind them. When we went through the qualifying process of 2013 to get to 2014, I think that was very, very important. And then we added Andre Blatch into the mix. So that's a big difference from this team. So I guess in makeup, in style, in size, so a lot of differences, but the values and the passion, I hope, the things that we hold dear, we hope remains the same.
Thank you, Coach.
Hi, Japet. Siguro yung thoughts mo lang facing against Carl Anthony Towns. Kayo ni Junmar, ni Kai, ni AJ.
Yeah, like what Coach Chot said, it would hindi lang ako yung or my teammates ang didepensa kay what did you say, Coach? It takes a whole village. Yeah, it takes a village to to stop him, and even Dominican Republic. So yeah, like what Coach Chot said, we will find out in when the games start. We can talk about X's and O's, but we'll never know when the game starts. So.
Coach, good afternoon. Looking back sa 2014 and today, Coach, how do you see the competition, yung dynamics ng competition?
Very different, because in 2014 there were we had 6 teams in our group, right? And 2 to qualify or 3 to qualify, and now we only have 4. 4 teams, 2 to qualify. So that alone is very different. But in terms of competition, we had number 3 Argentina, number 5 Greece, number 12 Puerto Rico, number whatever Croatia in our group, right? So I thought it was a different kind of difficulty as it is from this year. But like I said, in 2014 we had a footer. We had a 7-footer in Andre. Now we have a very different weapon in Jordan. And I think that's very reflective of how the game has evolved over the years, right? So Andre gave us something very different. Jordan is going to give us something completely different. But I always like to say the strength of the pack is the wolf, in the same manner as the strength of the wolf is the pack. So it's not going to be only about Jordan, or it was not only about Andre before. So, so I think the main difference is that that's very different dynamics in the competition, very different teams that we're playing. And completely, it's as if we're not even thinking of 2014 at all. This is something completely different that we're facing today.
Coach, 2 questions, Coach. Because, Coach, yung schedule, it was announced during the draw, it was in advance. Coach, were you surprised, or were you already expecting that Karl Anthony Towns will be playing? And then second question, Coach, how do you plan to block out all the distractions, because it's the first game, it's going to be at the Philippine Arena with that bid to break the attendance record and everything.
Are you asking me what I'm going to do if the crowd boos again?
No, Coach. The entire team, how do you plan to, mentally be prepared for that event, first game, and everything?
We just have to be. Let's just be very realistic. So when I accepted this job, and I've told this to you guys over and over again, I knew that it was not going to be easy. I know there's a lot of public or social media disappointment or whatever, but I don't know if I've gotten used to it or grown used to it, but I'm very thankful because I've been immune to it, because I'm not in social media anymore. So that alone has already a big way of blocking the distraction, right? But other than that, just my regular routine. I practice gratitude daily. I'm a big believer in mindfulness meditation. I do that daily. I do my breathing exercises. I do my workout and my movement, physical fitness routine, and then I do my work with the team, with the players. I find that if you fill your day and your mind with productive things, the negative things have no space to enter. So that's just everything that I'm doing. I just try to make this as positive as possible, just to fill my mind, my spirit with positivity. We like to call it pusotivity, right? So just fill it with that. Then there is no space for the negatives and the distractions to enter. And for me, it's just relishing the opportunity. I mean, who gets this chance, right? To coach your national team in a tournament of this magnitude in your hometown. So I know there are a lot of detractors, but I just always remind myself that what we have here going on is special, and that's enough for me. That's enough for us, for the team, to just stick together and focus in, keep our heads down, and do the work.
Last question.
Japet, first 2 World Cups away from home, and ngayon third mo, Philippine Arena, nag-set kayo, club team mo, Hinebra ng record doon. So, talk about yung confidence mo kasi syempre, ang daming Hinebra crowd, tapos may Gilas crowd ka pa. So, walk me through yung ano mo lang. About your confidence.
Uh, mahirap magkaroon ng confidence pag hindi ka nag-prepare. Pero feel ko naman we did the necessary preparation. So yun nga, hopefully yung crowd attendance madaming pumunta at sumuporta para sa amin. Kasi they really motivate us to give our all in the court. So ayun, hindi ko alam kung how to put it eh. It's the World Cup, it's a big event, and sobrang small lang ng chance mo. So every chance you get in the court, give it all, just yun. So, kumbaga, after the game, you won't look back or regret anything. So, ayun lang. So, and, we can, like Coach Chot said, we could play a perfect game but still not guaranteed of a win. So, yun lang. So hopefully this World Cup, this is bigger than ourselves. Eh. So hopefully we can, inspire others, inspire the people there, as they inspire us also. So,
Yeah, I just wanted to add that's how we approach this game. We have to be the best that we can be and play our best game. And that, even if we play our best, it doesn't even guarantee a win because that's how strong the other team is. The only thing sure is if we do not play our best, then we have no chance. So I think that's the best way to put our approach going into this game.
I'd like to wrap this press conference up. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you, Japeth, and all the best to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.